Alright, today is March 21st, and I'm gonna go over my plays that I made. Let's start with the Ptie. This one came up on the gap scanner, and I played it a couple times. It was kind of a back and forth battle with Ptie, and I was doing things I shouldn't have done. But the first one I did was a short. This thing had gapped up, and I think I'm using my Mac now to record the video, but on my other computer I have all the Fibonacci's and resistance, and I know there was some resistance around the 127, 130 area. So I started a short position here because after it broke this trend line, first mistake here, I was going in around the dollar mark, so you have a lot of people there going in at dip buying. So I ended up getting squeezed, I think at 111 or something like that. I got out, and then I don't know what I was thinking. Then I saw this trend line here, and I said, okay, it's making a bull flag. So I ended up going long, I guess to try and make my money back. Then my dumbass, I guess, stopped out again at what was it? I think it was like at uh, like 104 around this area. So I get stopped out. So by this point, I'm already down going into the market open. So I was like, all right, let me step back. Let me just kind of get myself together. And the first one that I've seen, and I had my watch list, was Crbp. Crbp's just been overextended. There's some resistance at 1070. Here, over here, I think it was around this area, 1070, 1080. So it was overextended. RSI was it's already hot and high. So I ended up going at the fell open around 1040 area. I ended up going short, and then it dropped, and I ended up getting out here like around 980 or 990. I wanted to go back and get the bounce and then short it. As you can see, I think that was the play here. I left a lot of money on the table. I just couldn't get past VWAP. Came back, retested VWAP, and then just continued dropping lower. So I left a lot of money on the table. So part of the reason that I didn't go back in this one is that I was looking at AUPH. AUPH pre-market already had a red arrow. So again, it went from 945 down to 911 area, and then I know there was some area of resistance here around the 970, 950 area. So when I'm doing my charts and I'm looking at this, I have my flex grid open, and I have it under the 1 minute time frame. So 1 minute time frame I use for any break of trends, and as you can see here, when it began to break the trend and made a lower high, that's when I ended up going in here at 953. I think the problem here, what I did was I set my stop loss too tight. I put it at 975. So this thing reversed at 975 and then just pretty much stopped me out. Now, I still kept it on the radar because right after that, using the 3 minute, I was looking, I have all my indicators, the slow RSI. It started making this lower high, bounce off of VWAP, built a small bounce, and so I like that. And around the 960 area, I had my order ready to submit, and then I think it dropped here 932 and then bounced back to 950, and I was being stubborn here. I said, okay, I'm gonna let it come back to 960 once it hits this trend line, and then I'll short it. And as you can see, I never did that, and it continued dropping lower. So I was really disappointed on this one. Took the loss. I feel like I was gonna chase if I went lower. And the funny thing is that Nktr and AUPH, I have them on my 8 windows to look at the 8 tickers that I'm looking at, and I had a very similar pattern. Bounce, kind of squeeze, bounce off of VWAP, then continue higher. So I said, okay, this one I'm gonna play it better. Right at VWAP, I ended up going short. It broke the trend, making lower highs. It broke after breaking the trend is when I put in my order at 22. What is it? 2267 is when I went in short, and it came back higher. And then when it was having trouble breaking the 23 area, I wanted to add more, but I just didn't have the balls to do it. And and the nice thing about this one is that when I put in my order, I put it in as a bracket order, and my stop loss was around 23.45, 23.50 area. My profit target was 21.62, and that's exactly where it came to. So this one worked out really perfect. The reason that I had set my stop loss or my profit target there is that pre-market, this was pre-market, and plus it has some resistance, now support area there, as you can see. So that's where I set up my profit taking, and lucky enough to catch the exact bottom there. I'm not sure what it did after it. Let me see what it did. Okay, so I never came back to 21.62. This one, I'm still going to keep it on my radar for tomorrow. It's overextended. If anything, we'll probably try to make a last push up to 23. Wait for the lower high and then just short it again. But it all depends on price action. So that was that. And then I guess VSR. VSR, same thing. I ended up shorting this one here after VWAP rejection. Then I covered here around the 140. Let me see what area. 140. Yeah, 143. 145. I covered there because looking to the left, there's a lot of support. There's a lot of support here. It consolidated and a lot of support now. So that's part of the reason that I ended up covering there. I'm not sure if I covered PTIE the last part, but let's see. Yeah, that's right. So I didn't give up on this, right? So PTIE, I just felt like these guys owed me money, and I came back again here. I ended up shorting at the 111 area, and I covered at 98 cents. I think 3/4 98, then the other 1/4, 1/3 came in and stopped me out. But after I saw weakness here on the VWAP, it couldn't get past VWAP. I let it get rejected. And then is when I went in short and took my nice 10% back. So I recovered pretty much. I think I still ended up a little red with PTIE, but for the most part, I recovered, the big loss that I had going into the market open. So yeah, that's it. VSR, like I said, I ended up shorting here. I still have my dry short open. I'm gonna swing short this one till it goes under $1. So that's it. Those were my plays for today. I am keeping Nktr on watch, Crbp on watch to get the backside, and let's see if the SPY continues dropping like it did today. It had a big drop, so maybe it continues dropping and feeding all the bears. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later.